P5 of Vito Kinsella. So that feels pretty good, right? It should. However, there is a bonus for winning the race. There are also bonuses for leading laps, just one lap, the most laps, and there's also bonuses in qualifying, which the number 08 of Jace Hansen took advantage of when he got the pole. That was worth 2 points, which means going into this point of the night, Hansen has a 4-point deficit that he needs to make up on Jacob Gomes. Vito Kinsella, the third driver in this mix, starting in the 6th position, 6 points back from Jacob Gomes at the start of the night. He was not able to get any of those bonus points in qualifying. He's going to be trying to get up there to lead a lap, maybe lead the most laps. But Tommy, it's a lot. It pretty much boils down to, it might come down to who wins this race is who wins the championship.
Absolutely, which is the part of the fun. This is what we love. As we get ready to go, the field rolls behind the Haddad Dodge pace car.
So we're going to be doing math today, is what I'm trying to say. You ready for math?
I'm ready.
Good. I hope all of you have your calculators at home. We'll be leaning on you for all of the arithmetic. Again, it's been a very fun, exciting, thrilling 2025 season. The field is rolling off. We've got our drivers both in the Super Late models and the Limited Pro Late models that were lined up down there as they just finished up opening ceremonies, and we are just past our driver intros. 2 very competitive fields. In fact, we had 3 drivers in the Super Late models run the same exact lap. If you count 4, because one of those laps was actually the second, the slower lap of the 2. We had 4 drivers that had the same lap. It was quite intense. It wasn't for the pole, but it was in the 5th place range, and it was pretty fun to watch. Now, we did have a time, we'll talk about it more, in the Limited Pro Late models, and that was for the pole, down to the 1,000th of a second between Zampa and Malone. But to start things off, it will be the 125-lap duel for our Super Late models.
I know we're talking about points, Jeffrey, but we've got a battle within a battle of a battle, and that's the Harvick Cup, the Harvick Hunt Brothers Pizza Harvick Cup battle. Kevin Harvick, Keelan Harvick going for the overall battles here between who's going to place better throughout the year. Kevin Harvick, he's technically got a win out here at the halfway point of a Super Late or a Pro Late model race earlier, but Keelan has the stats here in racing for the Harvick Cup. But Jeffrey, this is Keelan's debut in a Super Late model. Can Pop show him up once more, or will it be Keelan's?
I'm thinking that Keelan's going to try to make it pretty hard on Pop.
I think you're right. I think Keelan, starting in that 3rd spot, it's just to see Dad in that rearview mirror and keep him there. But Kevin Harvick, obviously a shoe in anything he jumps in. Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway, he's got a lot of laps around this racetrack and has recently raced within the year a Super Late model race here at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway.
But Tommy, it's his track.
It's got the name on the walls, but he's still got to beat some of the West's best Super Late model competitors to get that win. All right, we've talked about the Harvicks. We've talked about the championship. Let's talk a little bit about who can spoil the party. Buddy Shepard, the hometown hero here in that 22 machine, starting in the 2nd spot in a throwback paint scheme of his own. Buddy Shepard, he is that snake in the grass here at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway. He might look tame, but he can get you. At no point do you rest on Buddy Shepard. Obviously, Kevin Harvick, he's not in it for points. He's in it for a win. Isaac Kitzmiller has run well here in the past, but in a Pro Late model, Ollie Clark, the young racer from Colorado, here to battle as well. Jeffrey, we've got talent throughout the field, and we've got the lights out around Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway.
Well, the fans have been ready for this one. The Cars Tour West, the finale for the super late models here in 2025. The lights are out on the pace car. How will the start of this race go? You don't want to lose it on lap number 1. You got to be there on lap 125. Will it be a local? Will it be a traveler? Will it be a Harvick? Will it be a championship contender? Or will it be someone to spoil it all? 125 laps of super late model racing. We're green.
Chase Hansen almost clear out of turn number 2. Can't get it there. Buddy Shepard on the outside.
Shepard holding that. Hansen trying to get the advantage here. Turn number 4. Not clear yet. Oh, some contact for third. Looked like Keelan and Gomes may have gotten together.
Side by side for the first 4 spots. Hansen almost clear. And looking at this, the little contact again into turn number 1. But watching this duel, Jeffrey, Buddy Shepard, what is he good at here at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway? The outside groove.
He's got it now, but Hansen is going to try and shut that door. Still too early, not going to get it there. And for Shepard, this is an opportunity to maybe work in that outside groove.
I think Buddy Shepard is exactly where he wants to be. Comfy on the outside. And at this point, Jeffrey, Chase Hansen obviously wants to win, but having some extra bonus points.
But I don't think it's a want, Tommy. I think it's going to be a need.
Yeah.
I think he's going to have to win this race to beat Gomes.
I was going to say, if he can get out ahead of the 22 and at least lead the most laps if Gomes gets by. But you're right. Hansen's road to the championship is to basically win.
Buddy Shepard is clear for the lead. Chase Hansen in second, Gomes in third. Looking at a battle further back between Blaine Rocha and Jim Wolfenstein. These two duel just outside of the top 10.
Other than this Packer watch or the group that you're watching, we are basically single file through the field, but a battle is brewing for the lead. Chase Hansen starting to rally back up to the back bumper of Shepard's 22 machine. And we talked about it earlier today, Jeffrey. I believe this is going to take 125 laps to determine a winner and a champion.
You see Hansen trying to come back here. He's stalking that inside line on the 22 of Shepard. We know how Hansen is. He might be able to preserve that equipment, but he does not want to be riding in the second position. Battle for third down the back straightaway. Keelan Harvick to the inside of Jacob Gomes. This is a point towards Hansen. Harvick completes the pass. And then it puts Jacob Gomes back to the 4th spot. Battle for the lead.
Yeah, Hansen continues to look to the inside. You also wonder if he's doing that just for the clean air. Either way, it is still a duel for the lead right now. Plenty of laps to go, but plenty of laps that Chase Hansen is right now losing for the possibility of most laps led.
Exactly. That is the big thing right now for Hansen. He has led a lap. So the 08 at least has that so far. That's going to make the gap 3 points.
And it looks like Buddy Shepard, the leader, has picked up some debris on the grill. We'll see if this does anything. It might make the car faster, but it's also going to potentially cut off the airflow
Gotta wonder if Shepard's able to take advantage. They're coming up on lap traffic. It's Sanchez on the 24. Can he maybe swing the front end by the 24 to try and get that debris off?
Not going to be the case if he drives on by to the outside.
The next option would be to let Hansen go.
Or it could very well be a thin piece of tissue and not to worry. But we're going to keep our eyes on it.
Battle for 8th just went to Blaine Rocha. He's past Dempster as the 98 continues to climb up. Didn't have the qualifying session that he wanted, but we know that Rocha's typically fast in these cars. Other battles going on further up. You've got Isaac Kitzmiller in the 7th position trying to get to Vito Kinsella in 6th.
Battle again for the lead.
Here he comes again.
Jace Hansen continues to look to the inside. It is Bakersfield, California versus Colorado. Up front for the lead here.
And you're right, Tommy. Right now, Hansen, every lap that clicks by, it's a lap that he's not leading. It's a point that's slipping out of his fingers.
Got to give a shout out to Scott Sanchez, by the way, missed qualifying because he had to run to a first birthday. So happy birthday to Sailor, as Scott and Michelle left the track, ran to the birthday party in Bakersfield, came back, and now Scott is racing with us here.
There's Hansen again, looking to the inside. Just can't get there, it seems.
There's a good chance here out of turn number 2, but again, anytime the Buddy Shepard's on the outside here at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway, or at Colorado National Speedway for that matter, he's good and comfy up there.
And that's a hard lane if you're the car in second, because it's a very good defense lane. Battle down the back straightaway as Kitzmiller gets to the inside of Kinsella, the battle for 6th. Kitzmiller gets a little bit loose. That allows Kinsella. Again, you see how that high line is able to hold off the battle from the inside. We talked about it earlier, but just the consistency we've seen out of Kinsella this year kept him right there in the mix.
Single file throughout, except for possibly this battle here in the 3 like you're watching. I looked over and I saw Jace again peeking to the inside, but nothing doing there. Kitzmiller has run a race here at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway in a Pro Late model as we go side by side out of 4 for the lead. Hansen gets a run. Buddy Shepard is able to drive out of it. Hansen regroups, gets another run, peeks to the inside, and it's the same story over and over as the laps are clicking away.
Looking back at that battle, actually going to pull it wide here. You see the battle for 6th, but also the battle up ahead is the one for 3rd, as Gomes is mounting a challenge on Keelan Harvick. And just behind is Kevin Harvick. Now, Tommy, remind me, as we got a battle for the lead.
Oh, again, you spooked him. As soon as we look at him, that's when they go single file.
We turned the lights on and they scattered.
All right, what were you talking about?
I was just going to say, we've seen contact into turn number 1. Kitzmiller bounced off the door of Kinsella in that battle for 6th that's continuing on. Wasn't hard contact. Both cars should be fine, but maybe a little bit of a donut now on the left side door, the V5. Let me guess. They're battling for the lead again.
They were starting to, and as soon as Sarah cut to that camera, Jace Hansen starting to get a little sideways through the corners. A couple laps ago, he had a push. That time out of the corner, he had a bit of a slide with the rears. So the 0-8, with the handling, starting to be fading as the race continues green.
Look at third place on back. So now we're looking at Jacob Gomes and Kevin Harvick again. I was going to ask, is there any history there?
We've had a battle here in a pro late model race that involved Gomes and Harvick to go up to the track and into the wall. Turn number 1.
And who benefited from that?
Keelan Harvick to get his first Harvick Cup win.
Keelan got a little sideways right there. Maybe not having the ideal handling situation. This is all third, fourth, and fifth place battling it out, and Keelan's trying to just hold on for dear life, it seems.
I thought we were going to go 3 wide there for a second.
They're thinking about it. Gomes is starting to work his way up into that lane that we've seen Buddy Shepard kind of utilizing. And Harvick's just kind of been patient behind, seeing how this whole duel turns out. We got one car off the pace down the back straightaway. It's the 48 of Seth Wise.
Seth Wise getting the call to make the trip across town to Bakersfield, where he's from, Bakersfield. But Cody Kinley's ride coming out here for a last-minute appearance as we have a battle brewing for the lead.
There they go again.
Hansen back to the inside, turn number 3. Going to close in on more lap traffic. That's Wolfenstein up ahead in the number 12. Jim's going to elect to take the outside groove, which is going to stop Shepard. Jace Hansen has the opportunity, but he gets held up as well.
Lap traffic's going to play a factor in this one if we have these long green flag runs.
Buddy Shepard got so used to.
But caution.
Buddy Shepard got so used to lap traffic staying outside that it didn't work out.
But 35 laps of green flag racing, Tommy. We got ourselves our first yellow, and it is a competition yellow. So they just were reaching the tail end of the field there. So I guess, if anything, that's maybe a good sign for your leaders. That we've got a very competitive field, and we're probably not going to be seeing too much lap traffic. Interesting note, though, and you saw it there on the speed shot, there's still that debris on the front end of Shepard's car.
Yeah. But apparently, I mean, now he's going to use that pace car, Hope.
There it was.
There it is. The debris is gone.
And now who's gonna get it next is the question.
All right, well, we're going to step aside here from Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway, live on FloRacing, with the Spears Cars Tour West Super Late Models.
Sup?
This is a commercial break. How about them apples?
What?
Man, so we've seen Jace Hansen and Buddy Shepard intermittently battling for the lead.
What would you say if this debris ended up back on the front end of Buddy Shepard?
Because
it's just waiting. It's just lingering over here.
It's found an interesting thing here, race fans. If you get the opportunity to, at some point, the racetrack itself is kind of dug into the ground, per se, or maybe there's a bit of a plateau that the racetrack is dug into. So if you feel a breeze in the grandstands, there's no breeze in the infield. There's no breeze on the track because it's kind of surrounded by these concrete walls. That debris might not move.
Curious to what... we've got a couple cars inside our hot pits. The hood is up on Seth Wise's number 48.
We also got Dempster on pit road as well. Colorado National Speedway Track Championship winner in the past.
Wolfenstein and Klein.
And 24 back onto the track. So here at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway for the Spears Cars Tour West Super Late Models, as Ken Newberry up on the flag stand giving them the yellow flag for our competition caution. Coming up on FloRacing, the final round of the Harvick Showdown right here, Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway next month, November 15th, in championship to be crowned for the MMI Legends Tour West, the Spears Cars Tour West Limited Pro Late Models, right here on FloRacing. The Spears Cars Tour West Racing Division. Jeffrey, we've been all over this year on FloRacing, from right here in Bakersfield to the Northwest at Evergreen Speedway, to the Las Vegas Bull Ring, to Orange Show Speedway in San Bernardino, to Havasu 95 Speedway. I mean, you get the vibe, right?
I do.
So we had some takers down pit road, but nobody in the top 7.
Yeah, you saw there Seth Wise in the number 48. That car pulled it in just 3 laps prior to the competition yellow. You also see the car just to the right of that car.
It's the number 2.
Yeah, you got a nice little Robert Rice memento on there. Robert Rice, a showman out here locally. Knew him very well from Irwindale Speedway. Of course, he made the trek up here to Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway. Sadly, we lost Robert very recently, a couple weeks ago. But known as the Master of Mayhem out here. Certainly somebody that we're going to miss. But boy, do we have memories.
So they're finally getting your debris, Jeffrey, over here in turn 1, 2. I mean,
did it fly all the way over there?
It made it into the eyes of
the officials.
Fire safety number 2.
They couldn't stand. You know, speaking of Irwindale, I believe that thing may have come from Irwindale. That truck.
Yes, it did.
So we've still got some lingering artifacts.
Yes, absolutely.
In fact, I believe so. We've been extending the grandstands here at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway.
Love to hear that news.
And those grandstands, Tommy, where the heck did they come from?
From Irwindale Speedway down south. Here, I'll go to it right now. Because there you see, it's not quite open yet. It's not ready for business. But extended grandstands, which is always a great sign at any racetrack.
Now, I got to say, I know that they've got some work going down on this 48 of Seth Wise in the pit area. This car has a lot of attention from a lot of I think I saw Jeffrey Peterson down there. You see Chris Klein driving by, another adjustment for the 14. That's Bazin hanging out there. So this car has a lot of attention as they are trying to figure out what the heck is amiss on this car.
Yeah. Cody Kimley off to school right now, so he's unable to race. But giving that car some TV time. Unfortunate, not TV time on the racetrack.
Yeah. We had a number of people pit, including some of the cars that we did see lose a lap. Jim Wolfenstein came into the pits. You mentioned Dempster earlier. He was on pit road.
I'm going over here because I thought we had a debris, but we have some knuckleheads walking behind the billboards here.
You know, the thing is, I think they were there for the debris, and they probably found out where it came from.
Sabotage.
Now, my question is, I mean,
How'd
those
you
seem
get
like...
The problem is they're probably the firework people, and they thought they had a great seat. But, yeah, can't stand there, bud.
They're just going to launch the fireworks now. They're like, well, forget it.
Yeah, we lost our seat.
Yeah. Hey, maybe they're trying to see if that's a good spot to add more stands.
All right, we're choosing. Buddy Shepard, no surprise to go on the outside. Chase Hansen go on the inside. And Chase Hansen, I know he's been kind of struggling there on the inside, but he has the opportunity to get the run out of turn number 2 if he can get the better of the momentum of Buddy Shepard on the outside.
Our Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway logo has a mark on it now. Someone dirtied it up. Well, this is an opportunity. Although I feel like Jace Hansen is exactly where he was before the caution came out. Just to the inside of Buddy Shepard. But you mentioned it, the laps are slipping away from Hansen. The good news for him is that he led a lap. So he did gain 1 point over Gomes if that 16 doesn't get there. And Gomes sitting in the 6th position for this restart, Tommy. This might come down to that tiebreaker.
Yeah, it's getting that way right now.
And if Hansen wins the race, I think with the points he's accumulated to this point, wouldn't even need to worry about a tiebreaker. But Gomes has it for wins before tonight.
This is where it's pivotal for Jace to get out front, but he can't do it. Buddy Shepard back to the lead. As here comes Kevin Harvick for the 2nd spot.
Harvick making the move, but it's not going to pay off that time. Hansen holds off the number 29. And Buddy Shepard back to the lead.
Further back, the 16 of Gomes and Keelan Harvick battling out of turn number 4 as we have a side-by-side. For the lead, just about.
Hansen's back to the inside of Shepard. He was.
Kind of is. Now we go side-by-side for the lead. And you can just see that momentum carry for Buddy Shepard, but Hansen with a nose out ahead, exiting turn number 2.
Now, do you feel like Jace Hansen owns Buddy Shepard 1? And here's why. Buddy Shepard goes out to Jace Hansen's hometown, and what does he do? He wins the race. So I feel like Hansen's like, okay, you took one from me, now I'm going to take one from your hometown.
And again, these two have a history right here at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway in the SRL Southwest Tour. They turned into a shoving match in victory lane. Jace Hansen got the better of Shepard that night, and Shepard was not happy. So there might be some a little bit check boxes still to be done, or it could have been so long ago that these two are cleared to the air.
And I'm going to play this game, Tommy. If the race ended right now, Jace Hansen, whatever position he's in, even if he's in 2nd, would win the championship.
A lot to look forward to here. The remaining parts of this race. As we still try to duel it out for the lead.
And the reason that would be the case, down the back straightaway, Jacob Gomes battling with Vito Cancilla. Those are the other 2 drivers in this championship battle, but Gomes has lost a couple positions. He's back to 6th and about to lose a spot to Kitzmiller. Isaac Kitzmiller to the inside. Gomes right now just has to play it safe. We know that car has a tendency to really push when the time counts. Just because Gomes is losing some spots now, it's not necessarily a reason to worry if you're a Gomes fan. But you certainly don't want him to get into too many side-by-side battles. Those could lead to some damage.
We've had some good battles throughout this race. Battle again for the lead. Hansen got a little bit tight out of turn number 2. You got to watch that, especially in turn 2, because it seems like this track funnels down. And he's right on the rear bumper of Buddy Shepard going into turn number 1.
Hansen's just really wishing that Buddy Shepard forgot to show up today.
Yeah. Home turf for the 22 of Shepard.
That 08 is so good in the center of the corner.
Side by side. But that momentum is still going to carry for Shepard on the outside.
And while this racing continues on, going to update you. Kitzmiller has gotten by Gomes, and he's about to get by Vito Kinsella. 5th, 6th, and 7th place. As we just can't look away. This battle for the lead's so good.
Yeah. And you see in here how Buddy Shepard seems to have the dominant lane and is able to keep that momentum going. Jace has to wait, make another move, try to get by, but over time, that outside just carries back to the lead.
Here's the battle coming right at you. Isaac Kitzmiller on the inside of Vito Kinsella, the V5. Driver that came in 3rd place in points. Isaac Kitzmiller is racing hard with these championship contenders. Kitzmiller doesn't really care about the points, but he did earlier this year when he was racing for the Arc Menard Series East Championship. Got it done against one of our drivers on the West Coast, Tyler Rice. And Kitzmiller will complete that pass. So that moves the 25 up to the 5th position. Is it time yet, if you're Jacob Gomes, to start to panic?
I think so. But, Jeffrey, I'm going to give him an excuse.
Yes.
How many times do we see Jacob Gomes make his way forward when it matters the most?
Right. We know that this race won't go green to the end as Hansen gets back to the inside for the lead.
He did, and then he waited. We've got a good run here out of 4.
Taking a look at Vito Kinsella and Jacob Gomes now battling for the 6th spot.
But Jeffrey, yeah, I truly believe that we have 2 closers on the racetrack.
Kinsella got sideways there on the outside of Gomes, and Gomes is going to have to get out of the gas as they go by the Sanchez machine. Just get by that 24 car.
I just feel like Kevin Harvick has been nicknamed the closer, but out here on the West in Super Late Models, Jacob Gomes is another version of that.
Yeah, I'm not thinking he's driving that thing at 100% yet. Maybe committed to not worrying about the laps led situation, but Hansen certainly is.
Battle again out of turn number 2. Shepard outside. Hansen inside. And it has been a duel for the lead most of this race. Hansen almost able to get the drive out of turn number 2. Can he clear out of turn number 4?
He's trying, has a bit of an advantage right now. It's just not enough. And if you're Hansen's crew, are you in his ear right now saying, well, you don't have to lead every lap right now, but you might. You might wish you did. You got to go for it. I don't think you can count on anything.
And the most laps led is starting to slip away. No matter, he's got to get to the lead here very soon,
right,
to even get that option. Side by side out of 4, both sliding up the track.
And to give an update on a previous battle we talked about, Jacob Gomes did clear Vito Kinsella. That puts Gomes to 6th. But battle into turn number 3 starting to heat up as our leaders aren't going to let us look away from them. But just know that there's Keelan Harvick and Isaac Kitzmiller battling. That is for 4th. And that is for the lead.
Jay's having to back it up again and rally up for the lead.
I'm starting to think someone just hit copy-paste on this battle for the lead for every lap.
It's almost so perfectly timed that it's every 3rd lap when we go side by side again. I see the flagman, Jeffrey. Are we halfway?
And that means that this is Hansen's last chances to get ahead of Buddy Shepard, or he's going to clinch that most laps led. Hansen's going to have to get aggressive here if he thinks that he can lead the rest of this race. Trying to clear that 22.
Is he able to do it here out of turn number 2? He's going to slide across the nose.
Yeah. Scott Sanchez off the pace. Got down low. Just I don't know if Buddy Shepard liked that very much.
We're going to find out. Chase Hansen back to the lead here. And he's got to lead every lap from here. And it looks like Shepard's car is starting to fall off the pace or just that dirty air.
Pretty intense duel taking place between Holly Clark and Cody Dempster. The battle for 8th. Holly's used the bumper a couple times on the 17. But Dempster has held strong. And Holly Clark will clear. We'll see how things go into turn number 1. Remember, Dempster was one of the cars that pitted trying to work on that setup. And Holly Clark clears, moving the 17 up to 8th.
I want to get another look back at the lead because you're going to see a gap between first and second, and it is growing. Chase Hansen not only took the lead, but is starting to drive away from Shepard. Did Shepard go too hard too soon? Was Chase Hansen waiting it out for the perfect opportunity?
I think that Buddy might have tried to play this game with Hansen. Maybe they don't really like each other as the battle for 4th down the back straightaway is starting to heat up. Isaac Kitzmiller to the inside of Keelan Harvick. That's close.
Yeah, it is. It looks to me that Buddy Shepard's 22 machine is just sliding with the front as we continue the battle down the backstretch.
Close. I don't think it's even close. I think they're leaning on each other for sure. Keelan just trying to work kind of the defensive line here. See about holding down Kitzmiller, but the caution flag is now out for that competition yellow. Every 35 laps of green flag racing, the caution will fly. And that brings us to 55 laps to go. And,
that could be a very well-timed caution for Shepard because it looked like that car was falling off.
All right, can I give you a theory?
I'd love it.
I think Buddy Shepard, A, likes leading.
Yeah.
B, if he and Hansen's, drivers don't forget things easily. If they haven't really buried the hatchet, maybe he wants to do everything he can, then be like, I'm not giving you any advantage in this championship. Because Buddy Shepard doesn't care about points tonight. He's here to win the race. Is it possible that once he lost the lead to Hansen, he's like, well, I'm saving my stuff till the end of this race?
Very possible here.
Or the handling's gone away. You could be right. I'm just trying to paint a picture of some theoreticals.
It's anything's on the table at this point. Here at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway for the Spears Cars Tour West Super Late Model Championship Finale.
That sounded like a commercial break.
Commercial. Let's do some shout outs when we're back. Race fans, are we having a good time here tonight?
That's what we like to hear.
The super late models. Man, I know we get to see a lot of different kinds of racing out here at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway, but outside of pavement sprints, these super late models are the fastest race car to go around this racetrack.
As the field files by us here in the front straightaway, a couple cars taking advantage of some pit stops. Klein, Wolfenstein, and Lenny White. By the way, we know that at least one of you out there is celebrating a birthday. Happy birthday, Lori. Yeah, that's right. Hanging out up top on the grandstands. My birthday's coming up.
It is coming up in November. We might as well celebrate in Phoenix.
You want to do that? You down?
It'll be a little late, but
it'll be right on.
Oh, now I got to have dinner with you too? after a week.
Be happy I'm not asking for anything more than dinner.
All right, we are choosing now. We are choosing, and Shepard has to go from the inside of the front row, which is something that he is not used to here so far in this race. Jace Hansen fires off on what seems to be the dominant lane around Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway in these super late models. 08. Going for a championship here tonight, and coming into this round was 6th back. In qualifying, he jumped up 2 points for his fast time. Just 4 points back. He is not comfortable until he crosses the line with a victory.
And at some point, you and I are going to have to get, because our scoring doesn't tell us this.
No.
We're going to have to verify how many laps it was that Buddy Shepard led. Because if that 08 leads from this point on, it's going to be very close as to who led the most laps in this race.
All of our calculators will be smoking. I'm sure you and I will get it wrong, but that's why we lean on the officials.
It is 55 laps to go here from Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway, as Jace Hansen is in control of the Cars Tour West Super Late Models.
Good restart for Hansen. Can he clear out a 2? He will.
Oh, Shepard did not have a good restart. And that allowed Kevin Harvick to get by for second.
And battling for third. Keelan Harvick looking to the inside of Shepard. I think Shepard's car is falling apart.
Or he's really saving now.
Yeah, he might be on that save mode. Can Kevin Harvick have a chance for the lead with Jace Hansen up ahead? 29 Busch Light machine on the move. This Rackley War Racing team fast everywhere the Spears Cars Tour West competes in. And no different here at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway, bringing 3 stout race cars and championship-winning racers. But they still got to get by the 08 of Hansen. Kevin Harvick, he's working basically a groove 2.5 here.
And he's been working. He was starting to run that line as we were finishing up the previous run.
Maybe learned something in the Pro Late model. This is very much similar to what he was running here in the past. So he's up to basically the 3rd groove here. This track, Jeffrey, do you remember when it opened? It took us about 6 years to even see a 2nd groove in operation, but now we are widening this place out.
Yep, it was very much an inside groove dominant racetrack. And now I'm watching drivers like Buddy Shepard run the 3rd lane voluntarily. We didn't have a 3rd lane. We didn't have a 2nd lane. But over the years, as this track has aged, starting to get more and more drivers willing to move upward. You're looking at 3rd place on back. Buddy Shepard, Keelan Harvick, Isaac Kitzmiller, and the 16 of Jacob Gomes, who still sits in the 6th position as they run.
Single file throughout this pack of Super Late model competitors.
And you see the different lines here. Again, you said it, they're single file. They have the option. Watch here, look how wide Buddy Shepard's going. That was not a lane a few years ago.
No, he would have been in the marbles and up by the wall. Very inviting with these wide, long, high-banked corners, Jeffrey. The initial concept was if a driver gets in trouble, they've got a lot of pavement to roll up the hill before even making contact with the wall. But with all that real estate, these drivers are getting more and more speed up high, carrying momentum on the longer distance races.
Then the question of tire wear comes into play. Typically you run a higher line, but one that less people are running, you're actually wearing your tires out more because you're the one laying down the rubber for it.
But keep that momentum up on the outside. You're chewing away. You're using speed to your disadvantage on those tires.
Keelan Harvick inching closer to Buddy Shepard in this battle for third. Keelan to the inside. Looks like Buddy got a little bit loose there on exit of turn number 2. See those brakes glowing on that 62 Spears machine, the throwback that Keelan's running.
1998 ARCA Menard Series West champion Kevin Harvick paint scheme.
Cool throwback.
Very good to see.
And always good looking cars.
Yep. Wayne and Connie Spears fielding race cars in so many classes, not only out west but across country in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, even a few races in the NASCAR Cup Series, a time or two.
You can see Isaac Kitzmiller is trying to inch into this battle. Kitzmiller's had a fairly quiet night, but he's been there. He's one of those drivers I'd keep an eye on as we get near the end of this race.
Battle here out of 2. Now Keelan has to deal with Buddy Shepard working the outside and driving every bit as hard as he can to even get a spot.
So help me out. Is this a 1998 Kevin Harvick throwback against a 1998 Dick Shepard throwback?
You know, Jeffrey, it very well could be. Looking back at our old autograph cards, I'll let you know in a week.
Yeah.
I've got to find my autograph card book, and I'll let you know.
Dick Shepard, champion, Mesa Marin. These were the iconic colors and look of Dick Shepard's car.
Always representing Hall Ambulance. Also has Haddad Dodge on the side.
I was a Dick Shepard fan.
You sure were.
I still am.
How could you not like Dick Shepard? H&S Bodyworks and Towing, Dick Shepard, that is. And this is going to help Isaac Kitzmiller.
Yeah, he's like, you guys keep doing this.
Up front, Kevin Harvick looking to find some speed now, chasing down Hansen.
Harvick's considering the 4th lane at this point.
Yeah. Well, it seems to be working because he is mowing down lap time, and the gap is shrinking from 1st to 2nd. Kevin Harvick is on the move. But what can he do when he gets to the rear of Hansen?
Oh, yeah. He's coming. You see this? Oh, some contact into turn 3 between Shepard and Harvick. That's Keelan Harvick. I don't know if that was a misjudgment of slowing or maybe an expression of move out of the way.
Harvick working that outside. Here he is on the rear bumper. Chase Hansen has his hands full now from the 29 of Kevin Harvick.
And if Jace loses this lead, the conversation about most laps led goes out the window.
Yeah, I don't think he has a lap to spare in just that category alone.
Exactly. So Jace has to race Harvick as hard as he can for that point. It's one of those unique championship points racing situations. Because otherwise, I don't think Hansen would feel as forced with 30 laps to go to race him that hard. Maybe he would. I mean, we're talking race car drivers.
Harvick above the dash lines in the corners. To your point, Buddy Shepard doing the same.
Oh, trouble, front straightaway. 2 cars go for a spin. It is Holly Clark and Cody Dempster.
2 Colorado racers getting together.
Yeah. And these two were running close together. I'll be curious to see what happened here. I know that a few laps ago I glanced up and saw Holly Clark closing in on the back end. Now, interesting thing here, Tommy. I don't know if there's a point to this, but Jace Hansen is right up on the back end of the pace car.
Maybe trying to clear some debris.
I'm wondering if we're having another debris situation for a leader. There goes Dempster by. Or maybe he just wanted to spook our pace car driver.
Looks like there is debris on the grill potentially of the 08 of Hansen.
How much you want to bet? It's the same piece. If it is, whoever's hero card that is quite sticky.
He's trying, but it's right underneath. It's literally folded at the bottom skirt of the front valence. And it must be blocking just enough to possibly be a worry that Hansen does not want to deal with. Wolfenstein in the 12 machine, he's on pit road. Kevin Harvick was working that third groove as we look at the replay here on FloRacing, and was able to catch up to Hansen.
Well, there you see it. Some side-by-side racing gone a little wrong. That was Holly Clark on the inside, Dempster on the outside. And Holly was trying to carry her car up and got into the side there of Dempster. And Chris Klein said, I'll take 2 spots.
Thank you. Dempster is on pit road. Not for the first time here tonight.
We're choosing.
All right, well, are you sure we're choosing? Because no one acted like they're choosing.
I hear you, but the flagman was pointing at the
Well, then everybody gets to start single file.
Hansen has not been able to get rid of this debris.
It's almost a bit of a throwback to tracks like Auto Club Speedway, formerly in Fontana. Remember how that track was always a risk of debris going on the grill? Yep.
It was a combination of how hard we partied and how windy it would get.
Hansen's starting to get so desperate that he's actually out of order for this restart, and he almost chopped the nose of Kevin Harvick.
I think he also almost took off the rear bumper of the pace car.
And I don't know how the officials are going to like that. I know it's desperate times right now, but you do not want to find yourself going one row back if you upset the officials.
Well, it could go green from here. There will be no more competition yellows in this one. 31 laps to go. Can Hansen get it done?
Hansen with that outside run. Harvick second. Keelan battling Shepard for third.
Harvick goes right back to that outside line. Gomes tried to follow from that third row. And Hansen's driving away. And don't look now, but we've seen it so many times this year. A Harvick and a Harvick side by side.
First time in a Super Late model for Keelan Harvick, and he's going against a pro dad, that is. And he's going to get it out of turn number 4. Keelan Harvick is second. We mentioned earlier tonight, the Harvicks could be one of the spoilers of this championship duel.
Jace Hansen's like, I just got done with one Harvick. Now I got to deal with the other. Gomes and Kitzmiller. So Gomes did pick up a spot here. Was able to get into the 5th position, but Kitzmiller trying to battle back and put Gomes back to 6th. Again, as they run, Hansen would be the champion.
Gomes is, at risk of losing another spot. If he is saving, I would say now better than later.
I feel like you're done saving now.
Yeah.
You might wait a couple more laps, but it could go green to the finish here. You do not want to lose touch with your other competitors. We've seen this kind of racing all night long. The car on the inside struggling to make the pass. If you're the car on the outside, just don't make a mistake.
Can Keelan Harvick in the second spot chase down your leader, Jace Hansen? Looks like the gap is starting to shrink a little bit more.
That time by, first and second ran near identical lap times, 0.003 of an advantage to your leader.
Harder on the brakes is a 62 of Keelan compared to Jace. Could that just be a braking setup? Or that Keelan's just driving that 62 harder for now?
Certainly driving it hard. Those brakes tell the story.
Coming to the line, it'll be 20 laps to go.
And you're looking at these battles. 5th and 7th place battles on the screen. At the front of it, Gomes and Kitzmiller. Behind, you got Klein and the V5 of Vito Cancilla. Regardless of how this season turns out for Vito, whether it's first, second, or third in the points, it's got to feel good about the season they had. Very impressive. Another very young driver out here on the West Coast and going to be busy throughout the next couple of months.
Going to Nashville, going to the Snowball Derby.
Yep. Oh, we've got some something on the racetrack. I don't know if this is going to bring out a yellow. It will. Caution flag is out. We've got debris over in turn number 3. Saw it come off of somebody.
Jace Hansen gets another opportunity to try to clear that grill. He's going to drive straight to the rear bumper of the pace car.
That pace car driver's like, oh, God, here we go again.
But the way that whatever that napkin is, literally wrapped around the valence.
I'm pretty sure he's pushing the pace car right now. He's going to make the pace car speed on pit road.
Still there.
Now, when you do this on the freeway, doesn't the car in front usually brake check?
Yeah, typically.
Could you imagine? Pace car's like, hey.
It is Tim Huddleston driving, so.
He's probably used to it.
Yeah, he's used to this type of racing.
So they're picking up the debris over in turn number 3 right now, and the debris remains on the 08 of Hansen. And the question is, are the officials asking Hansen to knock it off?
Yeah, maybe. It might be getting a little too close for comfort, but it looks like Jace is going back.
That short track race.
That's right.
I mean, at this point, I'm sure the pace car driver's like, can I just get out of the car and take it off the front end? Yeah. Like you mentioned, the interesting thing will be that the driver of that car is going to be doing the post-race interviews, too. So.
Yeah. They're gonna have a battle.
They get out and just start fighting. Oh, by the way, congratulations on a win and a championship. Well, speaking of wins and championships, Tommy, I think it's safe to say that when it comes to the points, if Hansen loses the lead, it's a pretty safe bet that he's probably not going to be the person receiving the most laps led award. That said, and I might even go see if I could get some answers from our officials right now.
Yeah.
But that being said, because we're still looking for debris on track, this is going to be close. It's going to come down to the end, and I don't think there's any other way we'd want it.
So just coming into this round of racing, which is the championship round, the season finale for the Spears Cars Tour West Super Late Model Series, it was a tie for second and third. Tie for second with Hansen in the 08 and Vito Cancilla in the V5. The point leader coming in is a 16 of Jacob Gomes, but only by 6 points he's the point leader. In qualifying with a fast time, going to Jace Hansen by picking up that fast time, got 2 bonus points on the field, which then brings it down to 4. The reason why the math is becoming so crunched is because if there is a tie, you got to go to wins. If Jace Hansen wins, it'll be a win apiece to Gomes and to Hansen. If that doesn't break the tie, then it'll go to top 5s and top 10s and so on and so forth.
All right, I got answers.
Okay.
Jace Hansen has to lead to lap 111. And he will become the driver who has led the most laps in this race. So, Tommy, in reality, he only needs to lead, what is that, from where we are right now? We have 19 laps to go. Sitting here on lap 106, he's got 5 laps that he needs to lead.
He's going to be on the outside of this restart.
That's probably why he's pushing the pace car. He's like, let's go back to green.
Yeah. We do not count caution laps, typical of short track racing. And so every caution for Jace Hansen, not only with the debris distraction on his nose, Jace is thinking, what does he have to do to stay in the position that he's in?
Now, if Jace does get there, if he gets to lap 111, leads the most laps in this race, that will be a 2-point difference between Jacob Gomes and the 08 of
What's going
Jace
on
Hansen.
with
What is
Gomes?
going up with?
Oh, maybe a possible. Either way, Gomes is going backwards. A position.
Something sounds wrong. Jacob Gomes is having a mechanical issue.
Your championship points leader is stalled on the back straightaway as we get ready to go green.
Oh my gosh. Green flag is in the air. 19 laps to go, and they're beating and banging for the lead.
Keelan Harvick takes a dive to the inside for the lead. Jace Hansen with that outside momentum. And Kevin Harvick 3 wide for the lead. Your point leader is in pit road. Likely the championship is gone.
But it's not done for Hansen. He still has Vito Kinsella he has to beat. If anything happens to Hansen, this could open the door for that V5.
Hansen is loving the distraction in his rearview mirror between the Harvicks, battling for second. But Keelan gets a great run out of turn number 2. And Jace Hansen can start to breathe just one breath easier now.
To give you an update from pit road, Tommy, there is nothing happening to that 16.
Battle for the lead. Keelan Harvick to the inside. Jace Hansen rallying back on the outside, using that momentum.
Remember, Hansen's trying to get 2 more laps led. If he can do that, he'll have the most laps led. Here come the Harvicks. The steering wheel is off. Jacob Gomes has brought the window net down. His night is done.
Wow. Oh, contact. Back straightaway.
Keelan Harvick all the way down to the apron.
He's going to make it work somehow.
And Jace Hansen, with that, will have led the most laps in this race. And unless Shepard's able to get back up front, it's going to be Hansen's.
It's not done for the lead, though. Here comes Kevin Harvick to the outside. We've got a duel in Bakersfield. And honestly, we've had one all night for the lead.
So now we're looking at Jace Hansen and the differential between him and Vito Kinsella. It should be a 4-point difference, which means Kinsella will have to beat Hansen by 4 spots. Make it 5 because Hansen will have the tiebreaker.
Harvick with a great run out of turn number 2. He's going to look to the outside. Can he get side by side with Jace Hansen out of 4? He cannot.
I'm really curious about what Harvick has learned, not only in his Pro Late Model races here, but tonight he's pushed it higher and higher with that number 29, and he is getting some great runs out of the corner. Here he comes.
Jace has his hands full with the Harvicks behind.
10 laps to go. Jace Hansen trying to hold off Kevin and Keelan Harvick. The 62's coming back.
After going to the apron and nearly missing turn number 4, completely missed turn 3, he's rallied back to second. At least trying to get by Dad for second.
Harvick going to go to the inside. Haven't seen him do that in a while. Trying to find a lane. Where can he make it work? We've seen how the high lane is able to keep a car back, but Harvick keeps pushing it harder on the outside.
The gloves are off, Jeffrey. It is time to crown a champion and a winner tonight.
And I think right there, Harvick, I thought he went too wide, but he's right back. 7 to go.
He's almost about ready to widen out turn number 4 with that right side.
He's going to use the 90-degree bank.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
He is right there, and so is Keelan Harvick. Harvick still glowing those brakes. Kevin Harvick all over the back end of Jace Hansen.
Side by side for second.
Oh, Harvick. Which one, you ask? Keelan Harvick really working that inside line.
Oh, here comes Harvick to the outside. 3 wide for the lead. And
the fans are on their feet at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway. 5 laps to go, and here comes Keelan Harvick for the lead.
Jace Hansen has the widest super late model known in existence right now, and he's getting the job done up front.
Keelan Harvick really working that inside line, trying anything to get to that top spot. Harvick, that being Kevin, he's not done.
Here comes Keelan.
Oh, man.
It is nail-biter time. Keelan to the inside for the lead.
3 laps to go. Keelan Harvick again leaning on Jace Hansen. They have contact once more. This could open the door for Kevin Harvick.
And we go 3 wide for the lead.
Keelan Harvick is still working that inside line. They come up to the door. It's going to be 2 laps to go. Harvick all over, smoking the tires off of the right side. Hansen leaning on him. Here comes Kevin Harvick with the bumper. It'll be 1 lap to go. White flag is in the air. Keelan Harvick, look at the right side. Rubber up and down it. Jace Hansen, he's been pushing and trying to get this championship. He cannot lose it now. Contact, Keelan almost loses it. Here comes Kevin Harvick. Keelan Harvick goes for a spin. He saves it. Out of turn number 4, Jace Hansen wins the race and wins the 2025 Cars Tour West Super Late Model Championship.
I'm speechless. I got no words. In complete shock.
Oh my gosh.
And now the calculators are smoking.
That is how you get it done. Jace Hansen holding off both Harvicks. Keelan Harvick almost held on to it down the back straightaway. He did go for a spin.
Oh my goodness.
Kevin Harvick second. Isaac Kitzmiller. And with that finish, the 08 of Jace Hansen, your 2025 Cars Tour West Super Late Model Champion.
He not only did what he had to do to win this championship, because really that ticket was going to get punched by winning. But not only did he have to do what he had to do, he had to beat the best. Tim Huddleston, I cannot wait.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, you didn't need a seat tonight. You were on the edge. Look at this thing, this piece of paper was overheating his car the whole night. Jace Hansen. Wow, Keelan Harvick, Jace, Kevin, make some noise. Wow, that was unreal. Tire marks all the way down the left side here. Cars overheating. Jace Hansen. Wow, man. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, was that cool? Jace, you and Keelan and Kevin battled like titans, man. Unreal. Dude, you hit me in a pace car, man. I've been driving a pace car 10 years. I've never been hit. There's your piece of paper, dude. Did you guys see that? He was trying to get it off. Wow.
I'm sorry about that, but I see you burn the tires off, so I figured you could afford a bumper if you needed to put one on. But, man, holy crap. I'll tell you what, I'm not 13 years old. That kid just about drove me out of the seat. Whew. He's a wheelman, though. The door bang, and I love doing it, especially when it's clean like that. He didn't try and wreck us. He had probably several opportunities to do it, and he's such a good shoe, and he's going to go a long ways in this deal, and he's going to blow right by me. I'm just going to be down here racing with you guys for the rest of my life, probably. But racing with Kevin, too, I mean, that's just guys that know the craft, and they knew that they were probably better than us at the end there, but they didn't do anything to wreck us. They didn't do anything to jeopardize us or wreck their cars. So, I mean, mad respect to those guys. I've watched Kevin on TV since I was a little boy, and he's always been a big fan of mine. So, man, running like 290 there. That's why I was trying to take the tape off. Bruce, Brett, and Brian built us a really, really good parsless motor, and they're not on the map. They're not Robbie White. They're not Brad Peters. They're not Justin Upchurch. But man, they built something and they can compete, and I can't thank them enough. They really helped us out with that. We're gonna have to bring it back to them because it's plenty hot. But Jim Egley, Salted Metals homie. I mean, he's been around this deal for forever and decided to take us on this year, and he's helped us out more than anybody really has. And can't thank him enough. And just all the guys, like I said earlier, they've worked their tails off. Jim Egley's done so much for me, and without him, I wouldn't be here. My wife, my kids, they're back home. She's dealing with 2 sick kids, and lets me come do this while I'm 1,800 miles away. But man, yeah, I'm out of breath. I think that's all I got.
Jace, I'm telling you, that was Titans racing. Unbelievable. You got to go back and watch it on TV. It was unreal. Great job. 2 racers battling for the win. 3, because Kevin was within a blanket the whole time. I mean, it was epic, man. Great job. I know these fans got a show.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I hope you guys all liked it. I know you're going for the Harvicks, but they ganged up on me there, but we held on. Just had a blast racing with them, and really happy we sealed the championship up. It was just a great freaking night.
Well, let me tell you, man, the Harvicks were battling hard, but I don't know if it was his house tonight. It might have been Hanson's. Crazy job, man. Wow. Kevin Harvick, you were racing in the Darlington groove over there, man. I've been coming here for 10 years. I've never seen anybody race that groove. You went through 3 and 4 one time, and we went, oh, he's blowing up. No, that was just dirt blowing up there because ain't nobody been.
Yeah, well, that was just a lot of fun. I hope I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was pretty awesome. Racing with Keelan, he made me nervous a few times. I probably backed out a couple times. I thought, oh, I think we're going to wreck right here. But overall, racing with Jace, congratulations to him. And that lane is going to keep moving up. This place just keeps getting racier and racier, but what a race.
Oh, my God, Kevin. We were sitting over there. Tim Maples, one of our sponsors in the car with me, we're screaming. We're like, he's going high. And you were going high, and then coming over here, you faked, you went down to the bottom. I think, oh, that was what he was doing. You guys saw that, right? It was unbelievable. Kevin, I'm telling you, these guys didn't need a seat. They only needed the edge tonight.
Yeah, well, we just appreciate everybody coming out. That's what you paid to come see. So I'm glad we were able to be able to put on a show like that. Just got to thank everybody from Busch Light, Rackley War, Hunt Brothers, everybody who helps put this car on the racetrack. We only do it for you guys and these guys in the series. We're going to get this West Coast stuff back. With races like that, people are going to want to watch.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Harvick, make some noise! Oh, wow! Yeah. Okay, come on over here, dude. You did finish 3rd, Mr. Kitzmiller. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this guy right here had the best seat in the house for a TV show that we'd all want to see, man. Was that epic? What did you learn?
Yeah, that was awesome. I mean, these cars have so much more horsepower than what I'm used to. It was my super late model debut, so it was really fun to get out here and finish on the podium. It was really awesome. That racing, like you said, was awesome. I got to watch it firsthand. We were coming there. We just didn't have enough laps, but that was definitely an awesome race.
Ladies and gentlemen, P3 tonight, Isaac Kitzmiller. Isaac, man, great job. Your super late debut, man. These things are the fastest, baddest race cars on the planet, and you got to do it for the first time tonight at Kevin's track. What do you think, man? It's epic, right?
Yeah, a lot of people don't get these kind of opportunities, so it's really awesome to get these opportunities. I just can't thank Cobra Mining, All Construction, the good Lord, my parents, all the Rackley guys here, James Edwards' crew keeping this weekend. It was really good. I can't thank Doug, Jason, and everybody else who got me here this weekend. It was a great opportunity.
Well, you guys all came from a long ways away, right? Came all the way from the other coast. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thank you. And I also like to thank my spotter. He done a good job tonight. But can't thank everybody enough. And hope you fans enjoyed that because that was awesome to watch for sure.
All right. Come on, make some noise, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, that was so cool, man. Well, we're going to take some pictures. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I got so excited about the race, I forgot. Wow. Kevin and I have a pretty awesome thing. Not only, so dude, look at they're high-fiving right here. They're saying, so, dude, I was so excited for the race. You know, you got $15,000 for winning the race, but you're the champion, bro. You came in. Gomes was leading. That's what you needed to do. You did it. Congratulations, 2025 super late model Spears champion.
Yeah, thank you. Like I said, just we needed a perfect night and we got it done somehow. But just can't thank everybody enough. And the good Lord above and my little brother watching down on me. This deal is just we're having a killer year right now. Can't wait to go to the Derby.
The Derby, ladies and gentlemen, that is the Snowball Derby. It's really a big deal. A lot of fun. Okay, Lisa, why don't you take over? We're going to take some pictures. You got a microphone or you want this one? I'm going to take a picture.
I got one. You can keep that.
Lisa, too? All right.
Can you guys hear me?
We got you, Lisa.
All right. What?
Oh, wait. What's going on?
Oh, come on. You got it. The Spears. That's his dad's namesake trophy. Come on in here.
All right,
Okay.
Tommy.
All right.
Let's go. What do you want to talk about? Let's get it on.
Hey, all right. We got Steve. We got Chris down there.
Chris Wright just took
Kid.
the microphone.
Now it just moved around.
Hey, Tommy and Jeffrey, can you hear me up there?
Yeah,
Yep.
we hear you.
In my opinion, you guys have been a little too quiet tonight. So, come on, let me hear some roars. Stop those feet. Let's go. You guys, come on. Kevin Harvick is standing right there. That's what you're going to give him? Come on. On 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Make some noise.
That's a little more like it. All right. I think we have a couple of activities with Miss Lisa here.
Thanks, Haley. Hey, guys. All right. After the next race, I'm not sure if you're aware, but we are having a pit party, which means we want you all to come on down. So, Haley right here, our racer Holly Clark, gave this to give to you guys. So, I'm going to send Haley up there, and she's going to go where she hears a lot of noise, and then you need to... And then... I'll let you guys... Go ahead, Haley. I'll wait.
All right. Make some noise, fans.